Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force, separate but equal. It is going to be something so important. General Dunford, if you would carry that assignment out, I would be very greatly honored also. Where's General Dunford? General? Got it? Let's go get it, General. But that's the importance that we give it. We're going to have the Space Force. 1 year ago, I revived the National Space Council and put exactly the right man in charge, and that's our friend, Mike Pence. Feels very strongly about this. And in December, I signed a historic directive that will return Americans to the moon for the first time since 1972, if you can believe that. Always remembering it's about that, but it's also about jobs and the economy. This is a great thing we're doing. This time, we will do more than plant our flag and leave our footprints. We will establish a long-term presence, expand our economy, and build the foundation for an eventual mission to Mars, which is actually going to happen very quickly.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Machak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect on the highways and byways, pushing this truth. It's your brother, Rabbi Knapp, coming out with a lesson, Lord willing, it's edifying. So Trump just said he's making a sixth branch of the military. He said he said something about going to Mars, too. If you notice that at the end, let me see what he said just to get it.
Which is actually going to happen very quickly.
Oh, Salat.
The foundation for an eventual mission to Mars, which is
so he's reiterating the rhetoric that you hear from Elon Musk, so to speak. Okay. And I gotta share something. I got another video.
Increase at NASA's budget. So obviously the financial outcome from such a mission would probably be zero. So anything better than that was on the upside. So I actually went to Russia 3 times to look at buying a refurbished ICBM. Because that was the best deal. And I can tell you it was very weird going there in 2000, late 2001, 2002, going to the Russian rocket forces and saying, I'd like to buy 2 of your biggest rockets, but you can keep the nuke. That's a lot more. And that was 10 years ago, I guess. So they thought I was crazy, but I did have money, so that was okay. And after making several trips to Russia, I came to the conclusion that actually my initial impression was wrong about because my initial thought was, well, that there's not enough will to explore and expand beyond Earth and have a Mars base and that kind of thing. But I came to the conclusion that was wrong.
You see? Expand and go and have a Mars base. So they're both hitting you with this or both spewing out the same rhetoric, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this video is because when you know the history of World War II, you know about Operation Paperclip. Actually, well, the Russians had a similar thing called Operation Osoaviakhim. Okay, so this is the same thing as Operation Paperclip. I'll get that in a second, but I just want to read this. Operation Osoaviakhim was a secret Soviet operation under which more than 2,500 former Nazi German specialists, scientists, engineers, and technicians who worked in several areas, from companies and institutions relevant to military and economic policy in the Soviet occupation zone of Germany, SBZ in Berlin, as well as around 4,000 more family members totaling more than 6,000 people, were transported from former Nazi Germany as war reparations to the Soviet Union. So after the Second World War, when Nazi Germany was taken over, both the Americans and the Russians took their German scientists, okay? And what they did with those scientists is they built their nuclear capability. But the difference between the two is America, you saw their nuclear capability after they dropped those 2 bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, okay? But what they did was they flew planes over the land and they dropped the bombs manually, okay? But the Russians, what they did was they focused more not on the nuclear aspect of it, but the aeronautic side of it, all right? How you could propel it. And that's why they achieved the ICBM missile, the hypersonic ballistic missile, or the intercontinental ballistic missile, okay? When you look at the Satan II, for example, it's the biggest nuclear bomb that's ever been made. And it's the most intelligent, okay, which can bypass all of Babylon's or America's missile defense systems. Okay, that's how big of a threat this is. But it was all created by the Lord. Okay, he said he created the smith that blow off the coals in the fire. Now, these American scientists and these Russian scientists ain't got nothing on Nazi German scientists. Okay, they're known as in the scriptures as the wise men of Teman. The Lord created a specific group within the Edomite lineage that's smarter than them both. And they both know that, even though they take credit for something that they don't have the capability of doing. So the Lord created a smith that blow off the coals in the fire. Let me grab that. Okay. It's the book of, let me share my screen. It's the book of Isaiah 54:16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Okay, so actually, there's a precept I wanted to grab for that. I think it's in the book of Sirach. Hold on. Give me one sec. Book of Sirach, I believe. Yep. Let me finish this. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Whose I? That's the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And that instrument for his work that he brought forth is the instrument of death. It's the thermonuclear missile capability. Okay. The Lord created it. He's the one who gave Esau the capability to have this technology. Esau did not create this on his own. He was inspired by the Most High God to implement this technology on the earth to fulfill his will. And I have created the waster to destroy. The waster to destroy is Oppenheimer. Okay. He is one of the faces that is credited for creating this technology. Okay. Matter of fact, let me go over here. Ecclesiasticus 38. And I believe it's 28. Yep. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach 38 and 28. It says, the smith also sitting by the anvil and considering the iron work. The vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. Okay, so that goes to show you that how much effort it takes a Smith to be in this mindset to bring something into perfection. Okay, and what he did is he brought the thermonuclear missile into perfection, which is separating the atoms from one another. Okay, they're the ones who did that. The wise men of Teman. All right. And right now, what you hear in the news is that Elon Musk, now that President Donald Trump is president, he's had this. Him and Elon Musk has been teaming up, and I found this article. It says Trump names Elon Musk to lead government efficiency drive. Okay, this is November 13th, 2024, 6 days ago. Okay, it says November 13 on Reuters. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on Tuesday named Elon Musk to a role aimed at creating a more efficient government, handling even more influence to the world's richest man who donated millions of dollars to helping Trump get elected. So he donated $1 million and Trump elected him, but they both have to fulfill prophecy, okay? And the prophecy that they need to fulfill is in the book of Revelation, okay? This is what needs to come to pass. You know, they'll tell you that, oh, well, we're creating this, I'm making a 6th military branch, and I also want to, go land on Mars for whatever purpose they want, whatever, But that's a whole different story, man. You look at, I don't even want to get into all the moon landing and all this crap, but that's not their purpose. They weren't created for that. That's just a big lie. As a matter of fact, before I go to Revelation, let's go to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, and this is a device you don't want to be ignorant of. Okay, these SpaceX rocket propelled systems that Elon Musk and Trump are teaming up to use to go to Mars. Nah, they ain't going to Mars, okay? They're using it to, of course, for military purposes, okay? Because they know the Russians have the capability that can be very detrimental to their health, so to speak, if you know what I mean, okay? So what they want to do is they're going to want to counter the prophecies, okay? They're going to need some more insurance. But Esau, whether he knows it or not, is prophesied to get backdoored, okay? That's another way of saying that your people that you trusted in, they're going to switch up on you. They're going to play you. They're going to shoot nukes on this place. And what are you doing? You're arming your enemies. You're giving them all type of capability. You're giving them THAAD systems, okay? The Patriot system, okay? They're going to use this against you, Esau, okay? So you're going to need something that can propel all of these things. But Esau got these stealth fighter jets that can be undetected, but who knows if that's even if that's not outdated by now. Okay, who knows if they figured it out and been quiet on it. That's how they destroyed the Germans, right? They had to understand their communication, their what do you call it, Morse code. I don't think that's what it was called, but there was some type of communication the Germans were using that they figured out, and they didn't let them know. They even let people die on the battlefield just to make them feel confident in their their capability, that they had their line was secure, but it wasn't. Okay, they bypassed it, okay? And that was a big, huge change in World War II into their downfall. Okay, let's jump over to Revelation, the 12th chapter. Because like I said, they need to fulfill prophecy. So all these lies that they got, don't believe it. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought Salakia. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels. Okay. Yeah, so they fought against the dragon. Okay. Which is, hold on. Dragon represents NATO and the EU, and his angels represents their fighter jets and their air force, okay, and their so-called space force, okay. And these other nations, they're going to be fighting with on Esau's side against the Lord, okay. And Michael and his angels is talking about the different chariots, but Yahushua is coming back and with the host of heaven, okay. And they overcame, skip verse 8, and prevailed not. So they tried to fight up against Michael and his angels, and they didn't prevail. So they failed. They got destroyed. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Okay, yeah, neither was the place found anymore in heaven, meaning heaven represents Esau's rulership coming to an end. This whole system that he set up is going to be destroyed. When you read Malachi 1:4, it tells you they shall build, but I will throw down. Let me just grab it. Okay. Malachi 1, verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So they've been building since the Renaissance era. With Christopher Columbus, they've been slaughtering, stealing, destroying, okay, all the way up to the point where they're trying to implement an MOTB, okay. And the Lord said he's going to throw them down, and he literally going to throw them down from the highest place they can go, which is up in the sky, fighting against the Lord. They're going to meet the Lord in the sky and try to overthrow him, but they prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven, meaning their rulership. Okay, that's coming to an end. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay. So, he deceiveth the whole world, man. And you look at that word deceive, it's planoa, which means to cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way. And that's what he's been doing. He's been deceiving the whole world with the image of the Lord, with this false understanding of the Bible, with the covering cast that he put amongst the people where no one knows their biblical nationalities. He's reversed all of that. He's reversed it to the point where he doesn't even know that he really believes that he's the children of Israel. Like a lot of Edomites believe that they're Judah. Okay. They believe they're the southern kingdom. Even though they don't know what the northern kingdom is, they know they grew up believing that they're Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. Okay. So he deceived the whole world with lies. Okay, lies against the Bible. He wants all remembrance of the Lord to decease from the earth. So that's what he was created to do, and he's done a very, very good job at doing that. Okay, you can talk to somebody about what the Lord looks like; they'll get mad at you. You can bring out Revelation 1 and 14 and 15. They don't. Nah, it means something completely different. Yeah, his feet might have been bronze as if it burnt in a furnace, but that's symbolic of something else. That doesn't mean that his feet is the same color as the rest of his body. No, his feet was dark because his feet were exposed because he wore sandals, and his head was. It says his head and his hairs were white, so his head was white. His hairs were woolly. Just bugged out, man. And they were cast into the earth, meaning his rulership was taken away from him. Okay, and he was brought into a lower state, no longer having his. He wasn't living in heaven anymore. Okay, he was taken down after this destruction. His power system was being destroyed. Okay. Revelation 12 and 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And that he's been accusing us of transgressing all of these laws that he set it up, a system where you can transgress the laws willingly and unwillingly. Okay, he just, no matter what you do, you're defiling yourself. There's a scripture that says, he who touches pitch, that's Esau, man. Everything, just let me see if I can grab that. Let me grab that. So, matter of fact, let me Google it. He who touches pitch shall be defiled. Sirach 13 and 1. So let me go into this book over here. Sirach 13 and 1. It says, he that touches pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. And we've been having a lot of fellowship with him. Okay. That's why we need to depart from this place, because this place is defiled. Pitch is like tar. If you touch it, man, it's hard to get off of you, man. This is like, it's no matter what you do in this place, you're going to be defiled. You start looking deeper into the foods that you're eating and the ingredients that you can barely pronounce what it goes back to. The concrete, the different mixed fabrics that you buy from the store. But we're suffering the curses, and we have to go through all this because we transgressed against the Lord. Okay. So this is a lot of everything that we're going through is really our transgressions that we're suffering. Okay. Micah 7 and 9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. And we're going to behold his righteousness, especially when he comes and fulfills everything that he said he was going to do, because all of this is the Lord's movie. All right. He's the one who, nothing that's happening is out of his, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not out of his will to happen. Okay. Nothing new is happening, nothing out of order. Everything is in its order. Everything is in its lot. Okay. So whatever you see going on in the world is ordained by the Lord. Okay. Revelation 12 and 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Okay. So that's the only way you're going to overcome him, is by the blood of the Lamb. All right. So, hold on. Let's keep going. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Yeah, the rejoice ye heavens is talking about the believers. This is, even though we're in captivity, we can rejoice knowing that we have a savior, knowing that we're Israel, and that he's coming back to redeem us, that he's gonna take us out of this captivity. Okay. That he's going to have mercy on a large multitude. Okay. We should be rejoicing. We're rejoicing because the kingdom of heaven, or the kingdom of the Most High, is within the believers. Okay. Their conversation is in heaven. Okay. This is talking about the believers, the hopeful elect. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Yeah. Everybody else, all the rest of the heathen nations, 2/3, Esau, woe unto them. Okay. Woe means death and destruction, for the devil is come down unto you. The devil is a deceiver. There's a person down here on the earth who's deceived at the whole world, starting with those thermonuclear missiles. And he's still deceiving. He's still in power. And he's still lying, telling you that he's trying to go to Mars. So he can go up there and do what? Pollute it, defile it, destroy it, like he's doing this earth. Okay. The earth abideth forever. He's not going to destroy this place, but he's definitely going to defile it more, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Yeah, he's going to have great wrath because he knows that he have a short time. His rulership is coming to an end, and he can see it happening by this knowledge being exposed. Okay, he can survive in darkness with everyone in darkness, because then if everyone's in darkness, he's the children of Israel. But when the light's shining on him, he's Esau, and that truth is killing him. And as you can see, these videos are coming out more and more frequently. Brothers are putting more videos up per, they're getting more in the spirit. They're letting the water flow out of them. They're being more of a conduit unto the Lord. The Lord's going to be showing who he's messing with soon. Sirach 8:1 says, wisdom causes thy face to shine. Okay, so he's going to be using his prophets to shine a light onto Esau. Okay, and when the dragon, Revelation 12:13, saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. Now, this is talking about Herod and Yahweh Shai when he was born. And you can read about that, I believe, in Matthew, the 2nd chapter. Revelation 12:14, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time, and times, and a half a time from the face of the serpent. So that's talking about the nation of Israel fleeing into the wilderness of Africa, escaping Roman persecution. But let's keep going. Revelation 12:15, and the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Yeah, and these are these lies and these philosophies that he's been spewing out. Okay, causing these lies, deceiving the whole world. Okay, it's like a flood of false information. Okay, a flood of his wine, his lies, his philosophies. Okay, the Renaissance period, his images, when he was doing iconoclasm, painting the images into white images. Okay, doing all of that, telling you ain't nothing but a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. You weren't really nothing. You weren't doing nothing. As a matter of fact, when you were here, y'all were fighting each other. You so-called blacks, y'all are African. Y'all were in Africa swinging from trees. Y'all come from monkeys. Okay, this world's created by the Big Bang Theory. All right, so these are some of his lies. You only live once. Okay, these are some of Esau's lies. Okay, the Lord is a so-called white man. We're the children of Israel. Okay, Esau is done away with. These are the lies. This is the flood. In Revelation 12:16, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman. This is the point I was trying to get to. Okay. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. The woman is talking about the nation of Israel. It's a symbolic for the nation of Israel. And went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Yet the remnant of her seed is talking about the elect of Israel, the 1/3, which keep the commandments of the Most High. Yeah, they keep the commandments of the Most High to the best of their ability. They're practicing the righteous acts. Okay, they're not like these so-called Christians who say you don't have to follow the laws anymore. Okay, the dragon's not going to be wroth with a person like that, because if you ain't the elect of Israel, then you're an enemy of the Lord. Okay, and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Okay, Hamashiach, the anointed one, the Messiah, the Savior. That's Yahweh Shai. Not this image here. This is Caesar Borgia. Okay, this is Serapis Christus. Okay, this is a false god. All right. But Elon Musk, going back to these two dudes, this dude, Mr. You know who, and Mr. You know who too. Okay, these two are together to fulfill the Lord's will. Okay, and that's what I wanted to get. This is the book of 2nd Esdras 13. So there was a war in heaven. Okay, so John the Revelator showed you Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels. Okay, but 2nd Esdras 13 tells you pretty much the same thing. And out of the mouth of two witnesses, let things be established. Okay, because we're like witnesses unto the Lord against Esau, Edom, the fugitive and the vagabond, where he's accusing us of the laws and transgressions that we're doing, but we're accusing him of his sins and his laws, that he's the devil. Okay, and the Lord's just been using him as a whipping stick or a sword to of the earth. Okay, he's been that sword of the earth. Second Esdras 13:1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And this is Esdras talking to the angel. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that is moved all the waves thereof. So he was given a dream. Okay, I believe from Uriel, angel of the Lord named Uriel. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Now that man that waxed strong is Yahweh Shai, and the thousands of heaven is talking about the host of heaven, okay? The armies of heaven, these other chariots. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Yeah, because the whole world's going to see him, okay? According to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. In that day, the Lord alone shall be exalted, okay? Verse 4. And when soever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt. Yeah, the voice is talking about these laser beams that are going to be coming out of these chariots, okay? That heard his voice like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Yeah, so it's like feeling the fire when he burns you with a laser and it turns you into powder. Verse 5, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea. So there is prophesied that World War III is going to happen, okay? But in the midst of the fighting and the height of the battle, Yahweh Shah is going to come and return. And they're going to redirect their forces against Yahweh Shai, okay? But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Yeah, so this great mountain is talking about a fathership, a humongous chariot that Yahweh Shah is going to be upon. But I would have seen the region or a place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. So that he's saying it was so massive, this ship that Yahweh Shah is coming in, that he couldn't tell where it began or where it ended. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Yeah, they yet durst fight, meaning they still dared to fight, okay? They were trying to subdue him, to take him down, and they were afraid, and yet dared to fight him. Why would they do that? Because they're going to be having all different type of tech, like probably the brain interface by Elon Musk, the Neuralink, you know, the MOTB. They gonna, even against their will, they're gonna be manually fighting up against Yahweh Shai. And that's how he wants it to be. It was written for this reason. This didn't happen yet. Revelation, the 12th chapter, some of it happened, not all of it, but the war in heaven didn't happen yet. These are two correlating stories. We're gathering the evidence against Esau, okay? And when these things come to pass, then you're going to know that the Lord is true. You're going to see the Lord's righteousness, okay? But I would have seen the region, a place where the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. I read that, Salakia. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So he's going to destroy them. And all they were mixed together, the blast of fire, talking about those laser beams, the flaming breath, the flaming breath, the blast of fire, talking about those thermonuclear missiles, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon the sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So Esdras is afraid of the vision that the Lord was showing him through his angel, okay? And it's basically showing you that Esau is going to be destroyed. All military power is going to be destroyed. Okay. And that has to happen. Okay. So when these idiots are telling you about going to Mars and Dogecoin and all of this crap, man, it's not true. Okay. Don't be deceived by this devil. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say. Actually, that's not all I wanted to say. Okay. Let me grab a few more precepts. As a matter of fact, I wanted to go to Matthew chapter 4 and 10. Then saith Yahushua unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. So this is Yahushua speaking to spiritual demon Satan, okay? Because he's underneath him, okay? He is what did it say? All spirits are subject unto Yahushua, okay, including Satan. All right. So he ain't doing nothing. Okay, and this is who these Edomites pray to. Vanity. Okay. And it says, Thou shalt worship, okay? And
Strong's G 4352. Proskuneo. Proskuneo.
in the root word etymology, it says meaning to kiss, like a dog licking his master's hand. Okay. He says like a dog licking his master's hand. Okay. First definition, to kiss the hand towards one in token of reverence. Okay. So that's what it is, man. You gotta worship the Lord thy God. Meaning you gotta do what he says. You have to be obedient. And that's what Satan is. He's very obedient. As a matter of fact, he's not breaking any laws. He's doing the Lord's will on the left-hand side to perfection. He's not what you think he is. He's not fighting up against the Lord. Okay. Satan is not doing that. You could read about that in Job. He's considered a son of God. Okay. He's not what Esau's telling you. He's spewing lies and you can't believe them anymore. Okay. That's why this truth is going out. Did I want to get into that root word? I think that's all I want to grab, but let's grab this root word for proskyno. Okay, it says a dog, all right? A man of impure mind, that's Esau. An impudent man, that's you, Esau. You're a dog. You're a hound, literally. Okay? You're a dog. Okay? Revelation 22 and 15, let's grab that. You're a dog. Revelation 22, verse 15, for without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So everyone that's outside of the inner court, so to speak, you're a dog. Okay, you can't come within the gates of Israel. You're a heathen. Okay, this counsel is for Israel only. That's it. Okay. And you maketh a lie. That's why you're profane. You loveth and maketh a lie. That's all he talks is lies. Okay. I'm gonna end it right here, Lord willing. John 8 and 44. It says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing but the lust of your father, which you're programmed to do. Okay. To be wicked and evil and fulfill prophecy on the left-hand side, which is to be utterly destroyed. According to Proverbs 16:4, you were created for the day of evil, and it's coming soon, Esau. He was a murderer from the beginning, talking about Cain, which is Esau's the reincarnation of Cain, and abode not in the truth, and he's not in the truth. from that face shall I be hid, because there is no truth in him. That's why he is lying. He doesn't have the truth in him. That's why he's talking about Mars. Here is the president. No, he can't get there, but he's lying blatantly. Okay, he's saying, "Oh, I'm going to establish the Bible down here," but he don't follow any of the laws. Okay, this is an Edomite. There's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Yeah, Esau, Edom, the father of the Edomites, man. He's a liar. Okay, I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Nakak, Wadash. Shalom.